I'm doing a WW recipe makeover collab with Sue from Sue Slims Down. First, I'd like to thank Sue for inviting me to this collab. Hey Sue, thank you. I appreciate it. And everybody in this collab, including Sue's channel, will be listed in the description box below. I hope you check them all out, and if you come from my channel to theirs, let them know you came from Dish with Dee. And if you come from their channel, let me know where you came from, so I can thank them. All right, now, Sue said I didn't have to do a cook with me because my idea of the WW low, how do you transfer recipes into low points is interesting. So I thought, I'm a vlogger more than I'm a cooker. You've seen a few of my recipes, and the few that I've played with, I will list in the description box under everybody's name. Here's my take on this. Recipe makeover. First and foremost, if you follow WW and you have the app, the recipe builder is your BFF. Why? Because that is where you create, that is where you reconstruct, that is where you dissect recipes. You could put them in as is, see how many points they are, and then if you say, hey, I don't have that kind of points to waste, you play around with the ingredients. That is what I like to do. It's not as hard as you might think. I mean, sometimes you could substitute things, you could reduce things, and they taste just as good. I say play around with the recipe builder. That is my advice. Why? Because I could give you a recipe. I'd rather give you advice. So this is what my advice is today. Take a recipe that calls for flour. Well, see how much flour it is. See if you can reduce the flour. See if you could use maybe an oat flour. I would stay away from corn flours. I've not really had much involvement with, but see if you could play around with that. And if that's not the problem, check out the butter. Oil, killers and points. Sub out applesauce, sub out pumpkin and different things. If it's a savory recipe, you might want to tweak the butter a little bit or use light butter. Check around the points. I mean, you can tweak different things and taste it. Play around with food. Add herbs to your food. It gives it much more flavor and depth. Also, like, I take out certain things, like in my hummus, I took out the tahini because that's where the points were. I didn't miss it. I don't think it lacks in flavor. Different things, like what else did I reduce? Like my brothel, I used the sugar-free brownie mix. Taking sugar out of something, it will decrease the points immensely. Sugar-free. If you notice in the WW, in smart points, when sugars now are very heavily weighted in food, so things that we used to get 2 points for are now 4 points in like certain sweets. So I would say reduce your sugar. Try sugar-free substitutes. There's a lot of different ones out there. Some have points, some do not. Scan everything. That is my next advice. Scan. Check. And if it's too good to be true, it usually is. Check in the calculator, because a lot of times the scanner isn't right. So definitely dissect it. Like I do which I will be posting in the fall, my string bean casserole. Now, who doesn't love this? I never did like it. My husband's favorite thing at Thanksgiving was the green bean casserole. I never cared for it much because I thought it was just too heavy. You had the cream of mushroom soup, and you had the butter, and I'm not even sure what else is in there because I wasn't a fan. So what I do is I deconstructed. I took the elements. We had mushrooms, we had string beans, we had cream, we had onions. So what I did was took the cream out first. I blanched my green beans and put them, and on the side, as I was blanching the green beans, I was sauteing onions. And when you saute them down to where they're caramelized, they get super sweet and delicious. So once I blanched the green beans, I would put them with the onions. And then I would saute the mushrooms, put them in there. So you have your mushrooms, your string beans, and your onions. Well, it needs a little bit of crunch. So I thought, I got some, I think it was filbert nuts. You get any nuts. I've done with pecans, I've done almonds, whatever I happen to have around. Toast them, and you sprinkle them on top. So you're not eating a whole heck of a lot. Cream you wanted. Well, as I'm sauteing it all together, when I was with the string beans, with the mushrooms and the onions, and you add a little unsweetened almond milk. and about a teaspoon or maybe a teaspoon and a half, depends how much cream you have, of butter. And let me tell you something, it's awesome. What shines through? The onions shine through, the nuts shine through. Those awesome onions are just the bomb. If you have never brought your onions down to that caramelization, you're certainly missing out. I tweak that. There's a lot of things you can tweak in a recipe. If there's cream in there, take the cream out. Put in there like there's like a light cream you could try, or fat-free cream. You could try fat-free cream cheese, non-fat Greek yogurts. Don't knock it. Don't knock it. I have subbed that out for many things, and chicken salad for it. Chicken salad right there. Take out the mayonnaise, put non-fat Greek yogurt in, add mayonnaise, add pickle juice. It has the creaminess that it needs. It has the flavors there. It's just that's how I roll. Different things. So my advice is go to the recipe builder, find out the high point items in the recipe, see what you can, try it. Sometimes you might not succeed, and you might, but you know what? You try again, and you try again. There's ways of lightening up things, and like sometimes you only need to lighten it up for 4 points a serving, because sometimes it's like 16, and get it down to like 12, and that's decent for a dinner. I don't, quibble about 12 points for dinner if it's good. I mean, I'm all about like pastas. Pasta's very high in points. A cup of pasta, 6 points. Well, we're gonna do that there, Denise. Well, what Dish with Dee does is she puts in with her cup of pasta, because she likes volume. She puts her zucchini noodles, she puts her spaghetti squash, or she puts her shiitake noodles. And on their own, they're okay, but mixed with the spaghetti, girl, boy, it's good. I've used like turkey bolognese. Now, ground turkey is not my favorite. I'll tell you that right now. And turkey does not taste like meat. It doesn't. It tastes like turkey. So why do we always try to make it taste like beef? Because, I don't know, turkey burgers, it's turkey. So let it taste like turkey. Don't season it like beef. Season it like turkey. And you will enjoy it much better. I mix the 0-point ground turkey with some turkey sausage, with some crushed tomatoes, and a nice little bolognese with a little sage. Sage and turkey love each other. Poultry seasoning. Throw poultry seasoning in there. It's turkey. Let it taste like turkey. And you'll be surprised how delicious it is. When you try to, stop having it taste like beef, it tastes pretty gosh darn good. I do that a lot, and my family never knows the difference, because they like turkey, they like beef, but never the two shall be. Like, if I want a veggie burger, it's a veggie burger. It's not meant to taste like a beef burger. It's meant to taste like a veggie burger, because that's what it is. If I want a beef burger, I'll have a beef burger. But when I'm not, it's definitely a veggie burger. But I have my ground chicken. If I have a chicken burger, I put barbecue sauce on it. Why? Because it's chicken. It's not beef. I wouldn't put ketchup on it or mustard. I would put barbecue sauce, because it's chicken. So that's the thing. Like, you could do lots of things with the recipe builder, but I think a lot of people don't know how to use the recipe builder. And there's tutorials out there to use it, but it's part of learning. And once you get onto that and you start doing it, you're going to be very proficient at loading those recipes in there, and you're going to be building recipes out the wazoo. And you'll be like, and you could save them in there in your app. So when you want to go back to that, it's right there. You just pull it right up. So that is my advice to making things lower points. Is you have to play with it, and you have to sub out things. Take advantage of the eggs and the non-fat Greek yogurt and broths and stocks and low fat-free, like cream cheese, fat-free. I don't do the sour cream only because I think Greek yogurt tastes almost the same. So I'm not going to give it points when I could use that. I don't notice a difference. I put fat-free Greek yogurt on everything. I do. I mix it into everything. I make this cupcakes with the sugar-free chocolate cake mix, pumpkin, yogurt, and eggs. It comes out to 1 point per cupcake. They're delicious. I could ice in them, but I don't feel it needs it because they're so moist from the pumpkin. But there's just different tweaks, and find people that do things and write things down. And when you hear things, and I read cookbooks, that's just how I am. I don't know why that ever started. So all these things jumble in my head. So when I get into the kitchen, it's like it all comes out in certain things. That's why a lot of times I don't do many recipes too often, because it's just, I don't want to confuse people, because the way I cook is not the way most people cook. I'm more of and I don't write anything down. But it's all good stuff. It's all low and point. It's all good. But I tweak things, as you know. I don't, I try not to try to fry anything. You want to tweak a recipe? Don't fry it. Chicken cutlets. You could bread them, put them in your oven, crank that bad boy to 400, 425, spray it with ham spray. It's delicious. I did eggplant in there. Beautiful. If you have an air fryer, use your air fryer. It tastes like it's fried. I've made egg rolls in my air fryer. I've made egg rolls in my oven. They come out crunchy. It's all about your pan spray and your temperature. The higher the temperature, the more crustier your food will get. It'll sear it in and get that nice crunch. That's what you want. Use your oven. You don't need to fry. I don't fry my meatballs. I bake them. Then I put them in the sauce. They don't know the difference. They don't. And you know what? You save all that fat. Because, hey, I'm Italian. Chicken Parmesan was my middle name. But I just can't eat that greasy chicken anymore. I don't want to. I bake it, and it's just, to me, it's just as good. The eggplant was delicious. I said to my husband, this is really good. Because it's all in the seasoning. You get those nice seasoned Italian breadcrumbs and that nice coating you put on there, and it crisps up. There's a lot of things. Play around with food. Don't be waiting for me to tell you what to do. You need to go into your kitchen and you need to play around with, like you do with your kid. Play with your food. Play with when you cook. I was looking, and I have people here that are willing to eat my experiments. So that's kind of hard. But play with your recipe builder. Put things in there. Sub things out. I go and Google all the time. What can I sub out for this? And it'll give me a list of things. I use that. Google is my BFF. That was one of my, they say, kitchen tools, or your 5 favorite apps. And one of them was Google, because I Google everything. What could I sub out for this? What could I sub out for that? I made my own buttermilk because I was out one day and felt like going to the store. It was the same points as the buttermilk, low fat. I have a cup of 1% milk and I think 2 tablespoons or teaspoons of vinegar, white vinegar. I had buttermilk. My dressing didn't taste any worse from it. It was actually really good. There you go. I'd have to go out and buy buttermilk. I had it right in my refrigerator. Just had to put things together. Google things. Ask people. Ask questions. That's always your best option. And open your builder and build your recipes. Well, it was a quick little tutorial on what I do to lower points in recipes. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry if you looked for a cook with me and I didn't do it, but I wanted to do more of a vlog type. I talked to Sue, so I will link recipes that I've tweaked in the description box under everybody's name. So again, I'd like to thank Sue Slims Down for inviting me to this collab. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Use your recipe builder. Dish with D told you to. That's why. All right, guys. Have a great and fantastic day. Look how beautiful that sky is.